Hi. So in this tutorial, we'll learn about conditional statements. So what are those? See, the program flow that we have seen till now is from top to the bottom, right? But what if we want to have branches and we have to have logic between all these? So there are a few decisions that we make day to day, right? The real world logic is whether it's raining, so I should take an umbrella. You'll not take an umbrella on a windy day, right? So this is an if condition. We have basically three things: if, else, and else if. That's it. So if we say if age is greater than 18, you're an adult. So how do we write this in Python? If, it's very simple, it's plain as writing in English. Use if age more than equal to 18, then print you are an adult. Simple statement. If this condition is not true, then this statement will not execute. The statement which is written inside if. And how this spacing works is, this is one tab key that you find below the escape and tilde key, the tab one. This is regarded as one tab. What if we want to have two different paths? If this condition is true, then do this, else you have to do this. So here comes the else part. Let's say if score is greater than 50, then print pass. If, so we are not using another if, we are just saying else. So if this first condition is not true, automatically the another condition will get executed. This is extremely crucial for the upcoming videos because all the control flow and logic of the entire program is based on if and else. So you have to understand this very precisely. So we can have all these in pairs as well. If we want to have multiple conditions and multiple choices, what we can do is we can say if temp greater than 30, print hot. Else if, to short it, we use elif, elif. Elif to check another if condition. We can't write if temperature is greater than 30, then check if temperature greater than 20. Then those two will be regarded as separate if statements. But in case we want to maintain a complete control of the flow, then we have to use elif. Just focus on this. Once we are using if temperature greater than 30, we are printing hot. Then we are using elif. Temperature is greater than 20, we are printing warm. The last statement is else. So else will get executed only when the above two if and elif don't get executed. Only then else statement will get executed. So this is how the condition in branching works in Python, right? And there are also nested ifs. If we want decisions within decisions, if we want to say if user is logged in, okay, fine. Then we want to check if user is admin. So as you can see, if followed by if, but here you can see the space. This is one tab. Once you are writing in your IDE, I'll tell you just after this that how if conditions are written. So we are first checking in that if user is logged in, only then we are checking if user is admin, and if that's the case, print show admin panel, else print showed user dashboard. See, once I run this in debugger mode, my selected line is currently on line number 14, which says age is equal to 20. We learned earlier that this age is a variable and it's now being assigned a value 20. Okay, so now we are on this line 15. We are now checking if age is greater than 18, greater than or equal to 18, then we are printing print you are an adult. So since we have set the age as 20, this line will get executed. See, this line is getting executed, and once I click next, so as we can see on the console, you are an adult. Fine. Now let's check if else. So we are now setting the temperature as 15, but now we will check temperature is greater than 20, but we have set the temperature as 15, right? So this is a false statement. So now you'll see that my control flow will not come to the line number 22. See, once I click next, it automatically moved on to line number 20. There's 23 and 24 because print statement, the debugger stops at print statement. That's why it's sitting idle here. So else part got executed. It didn't executed that it's warm because the temperature was 15, right? Once I click step over, it's now printing it's cold. If else. So now else part got executed. But what if we have multiple conditions? Here we need to use if elif. So we are now setting the score as 85. And now we are checking if score is greater than 90, greater than or equal to 90. Is that the true case? No, right? So once I click next, so this will not get executed. So grade A was not printed. Now we are checking elif grade is greater than 80. Yes, that's the case. So now only the grade B will get printed. So this is now being printed. Both of these, elif and else, will not get executed because one of these statements got executed itself. So once I click next, automatically I moved on to line number 39. And in my console, grade B was printed. So this is how pairing works in if, elif, else. So elif automatically got attached to if. So you cannot have an elif statement without having if. And you can always have if and else directly, but you cannot have elif without using an if. There's also, JetBrains gives this feature that if you hover over any statement, so it will show you a brief like how this keyword is used. So it comes very handy once you are learning this language. And now let's move on to the comparison operators. If, else, elif, this is done. Now let's move on to the comparison operators. There are a few operators and very logical ones. These are the operators that you even use in your day-to-day statements as well. First is AND. It returns true only when all the conditions are true. So let's say you are saying age greater than 10 and age greater than 15, and if your age is 20. So both of these statements are correct. If age greater than 10, this is also okay. If age greater than 15, this is okay. And if you are using an AND statement between both of these, see here, if age greater than equal to 18 and has ID, only then print entry allowed. If this resulted in true and this also resulted in true, only then this statement will get executed, the print entry allowed. If any one of those is false, this all works on binary logic. We learned about the binary in last chapter. So same binary logic applies here. So if age greater than 18, if it's returning true and has ID is also returning true, only then the entry is allowed. If any one of these is returning false, then add is like a multiplication operator. 1 multiplied by 0 is 0. So this will not get executed. And if both are ones, 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. So entry is allowed. So AND operator followed by OR operator. If any one of these conditions is true, then execute the underneath statement. So if anyone, which means at least one condition. So if day is Saturday or day is Sunday, then print weekend. If the day is assigned as Monday, then this line will not get executed. We'll see that in the code as well. And let's see. So comparison operators. X is now being assigned as 10 and Y is being assigned as 5. Okay. Now, on this statement, we are checking what does equal to do is it actually checks whether both of them are true or not. So is X equal to Y? 10 and 5 are different. So this is not equal. So once I click next, because I told you all these are binary operations. So that's why their output is also coming as false or true. So now this exclamation equal to is called as not equal to. As easy as any basic math statement. Is X not equal to Y? This is fair. So this is true. So X not equal to Y? True. Is X greater than Y? Yes, that is also true. X is smaller than Y, so it's false. And then here comes X greater than or equal to. This is called or equal to. If X is greater than or equal to. So 10 is greater than or equal to 5? Yes. So this will be treated as true. And X is less than equal to Y? No, that's false. So once we head over it, it is printing X less than equal to Y, false. So these are the binary operations that will be used in loops. Loops and control statements, we'll discuss about them at a later stage. Just keep this in mind. If you want to check equals, use double equal to. If you want to check not equal, use not. For not, we use exclamation in Python. Not equal to Y. Then X is greater than Y, X less than Y, X greater than equal to Y, and X less than equal to Y. That's it. So these are called the comparison operators. And now let's move on to the logical operators.